Good morning. Today I am making this video for the assignment of environmental studies under the subject code EVB 351 for the third semester. Talking about my personal required informations that are mentioned here. Also, my name is Sarim Mustafa. I belong to BA Foreign Languages. My main subject is French. My roll number is 20 FRV015. My enrollment number is GM3695 and my mobile number is 7563015480. Talking about this assignment, I am going to explain in this video the topic assigned to me by our respected Dr. Hasibur Rahman sir, and the topic is social issues and environment. Before starting the topic, I am going to define what environmental studies is. So, environmental studies is the systematic study of the human interaction with the surrounding. And in this field of education, we particularly study about the interaction and responses between the natural environment and the man-made environment, with the human being the main stimulus. And moving on to the assigned topic by our sir, Hasibur Rahman sir, we have to discuss the unit 4, which the topic social issues and the environment. We are going to discuss some subtopics under that, which are sustainable development, environmental pollution, particularly air, water, and land pollution, environmental degradation and its causes, effects and impacts of fireworks, climate change, global warming, and the conservation laws that can have a better impact on the environment. And that's how we are going to summarize this topic in this video, that how the societal what are the impact of environment on our societies, and what are the social issues that arises in respect to the environment. So we discuss about social issues and environment. In this, we discuss about the social impact and quality of human interaction on the environment. And due to this human interaction, the social issues that arise are as follows: that are environmental protest movements, regulations and rules, principles, legislation and laws. Moving on with the subtopics, we have our first topic, that is sustainable development. We have two words here: sustainable and development. Development means progressive change. Progressive change, while sustainable means the way in which we utilize resources without compromising future generation. So sustainable development collectively means that we have to do the development in such a way that our present needs doesn't get overused, and the future generation, the coming generation, have their own set of resources already with them. So it means we should progress towards by the words sustainable development. We mean that we should progress towards the environment in such a way that it doesn't exploit the resources, and we have enough conserved resources for our coming generations. And the sustainable development is the term which was coined by the Prime Minister of Sweden in the year 1987, considering the environmental threats. The Prime Minister of Sweden was James Brundtland in 1987. Coined this term, and it is very much popular with the name Brundtland Report. Brundtland Report, which was presented in the UN Council. And it talked about how we should consider a sustainable development and a sustainable approach towards the environment, which is going to pay us a better future. The coming generation will not be short of the resources, the already limited resources we have around. As we talked about James Brundtland, under the Brundtland Report, James Brundtland talked about three pillars of sustainable development that are as follows. Three pillars of sustainable development are environmental development, social and economical development, and political development. So first of all, we are going to talk about the contamination in air, that is the air pollution. And then first of all, we talk about the composition of air. That is, we have in the atmosphere we have 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, and 1% other gases that include argon, carbon dioxide, and further other gases. And if we talk about the contamination that happens with the air pollution, particularly in the atmosphere, that are sulfur dioxide, that is CO2. When the level of CO2 increases, it is also a contamination of atmosphere that rises to air pollution, and the other one is, and the more contaminants are, nitrogen oxide is also a contaminant of atmosphere, and the main causes of all of these emissions are linked with fossil fuel, burning of fossil fuel. Sources of air pollution. What are the sources of air pollution? So under the sources of air pollution, we have the combustion of various fossil fuels and general combustion that includes fireworks, that include garbage dumping, combustion of ashes. If you particularly talk about ashes, goes into the environment as a contaminant and raises the risk of air pollution. And moreover, we have industrial effluents, industrial wastes. For example, harmful gases are being extracted from the industries and are being left out in the environment, which eventually increases the high risk of air pollution, and that is one of the major causes that rises to air pollution. And moreover, we have volatile organic elements. Volatile organic elements, or we say gases, that rise, that gets mixed with the air and increases the air pollution. And talking about the causes of air pollution. Talking about the causes of air pollution, we have burning of fossil fuel is a major cause. Burning of fossil fuel. We have agriculture activities such as slash and burn farming are one of the reasons. Agriculture activities. We have mining activities also. Mining activities rises the risk of mixing of the dust particles in the environment, which increases the risk of health related to air pollution, health issues related to air pollution such as asthma and following. And at last we have domestic sources that are the regular use of combustible substances in our domestic environment. And moving on to the effects of air pollution. Effects of air pollution are very much evident. Like, for example, first of all, the air pollution leads to a major case of global warming. It disturbs the composition of atmosphere, which increases the risk of global warming. And we have diseases for very serious diseases such as asthma, lung cancer, and etc. And moreover, we have acid rain. Acid rain is one of the causes of air pollution. Acid rain, and we have effects on animal life and plant life as well, because when composition of the air is disturbed, it leads to the diseases in animals also, and that disturb their natural habitat, and that leads to their disturbance in their natural habitat, animal and plant life. These are the effects. And moving on to the control, the way we can control all of these, we have following suggestions. To control air pollution, it is a very serious concern that has been talked about in the whole world, under the United Nations also. And to control the air pollution from the most basic platform, we can talk about the following ways, such as avoiding vehicles, the use of personal vehicles at least. Avoid using vehicles, because the burning of fossil fuels such as petroleum is a major cause of air pollution in the environment. And moving on, we have use of energy efficient appliances. We should turn towards the appliances that are based on electricity and solar energy. Solar energy and electricity appliances. And moreover, we have shifting industries, natural gases. Okay. The third is the shifting of industries. Shifting industries in a more lesser prone area that is away from residential areas, and that have their own regulation of emitting the harmful gases in the environment. And other is shifting towards better options such as electronic vehicles. We have electronic appliances and more. And the last suggestion is moving towards natural gases, using natural gases. Although natural gases are not 100% harmless, but they decrease the chances of air pollution by a very large margin. So water pollution is the contamination of water bodies that are such as river, lakes, ocean, ponds, etc. And when you talk about the contamination of water bodies, the main reasons, the main causes, the main sources of it are drain and sewage, industrial waste, and agrochemical wastes. And moving on with causes of water pollution are again agrochemical, agriculture related, that is agrochemical reasons. We have sewage and mining activities, sewage and drain, domestic use. We have mining activities. Moreover, we have land fillings and animal wastes that are being excreted in the water bodies. Animal waste. And moving on to the effects of water pollution caused by these sources and causes. Talking about the effects, we have the effects on health. We have the effects on animal life, because they are dependent on the water bodies for their water requirement. And we have effects on the plants also due to the agrochemical uses, plants and crops. Moving on to all of this, after concerning the effects and the causes and the sources of water pollution, we have discussed about the controls. What are the measures that we can control all of these? And the controls would be better drainage system, water treatment plants, industrial waste restrictions, and we have organic agriculture, because organic agriculture will decrease the chance of contamination of water bodies with agrochemical waste. Organic agriculture. So, moving on, we are going to talk about land pollution. Land pollution, we talk about the contamination of soil. The contamination of soil that increases the toxicity in it due to the disturbance in its composition. And in soil pollution, we have the first source. We have the sources are as follows. That is agriculture. We have mining. We have industrial sources. We have smelting and landfills. And moving on to the causes. The causes are as follows. In the agriculture scenario, we have pesticides and insecticides that increase the toxicity in the soil. And from the agriculture, from the mining aspect, we have dust particles. We have the toxic particles that are extracted from the mining process and left out due to their wasteful composition and thereof not used, and that they increase eventually right up to the toxicity of soil. And the industry, we have the industrial wastes. The industrial wastes are often left out in the soil and dumped in the landfills that increases the toxicity in it. And the last is smelting, that is the landfillings. In which the garbages are dumped, and that destroys the fertility of soil and makes the soil very toxic. And moving on, we have the effects of soil pollution. The effect is very much on the health, on agriculture, plant life, and it decreases the fertility of soil. And we have following ways to control soil pollution, that are the removal of the pollutants, like removal of pollutants that are the lesser use, or not using the pesticides and insecticides that directly go into the soil and destroy its fertility. We can move on to organic farming, and we have microorganism incorporation. We have, moreover, we have organic farming as we talked about in the first control. We can you go to back to organic farming, and the fourth is tree planting, because eventually the trees hold the soil together and provide important nutrition to it in exchange of nutrition that makes the soil very fertile and suitable for plants and animals as well. With the next topic, we have causes, environmental degradation and causes. And talking about environmental degradation is the decrease in the quality of environment. And when we talk about degradation or environmental degradation, we directly talk about the human interventions within the environment. So the degradation or the lowering of the quality of environment due to the human intervention is known as environmental degradation. And talking about the causes, we have pollution, we have overpopulation. Pollution is, as we talked about earlier in this video, that pollution is one of the main concern of environmental degradation. It increases the contamination of the environment and decreases its quality, increasing the toxicity in the environment. And while overpopulation is the reason the environment has been stressed out because of the overuse. And another causes we have landfills. The landfills, the garbages, the waste, the chemical waste which are being settled in, which are being drained on the land. Stop it. In the other, talking about the landfills, on the landfills we have the wastes that are being dumped in the soil, such as garbages and chemical waste, and that is one of the reasons, one of the causes of environmental degradation. And as the last reason, we have deforestation. Deforestation, which obviously add the most to the environmental degradation, because it has links with the pollution, it has links with the disturbance of ecosystem, disturbance in the wildlife of plants and animals. So within we have these four causes of the environmental degradation overall, and the solutions would be minimizing the pollution, decrease in pollution, decrease in deforestation, and promoting afforestation to restore the loss of trees. The second, for overpopulation, we should have regulations to minimize the population. And for landfills, we need a tech-driven ways to dump chemical wastes. And at last, we have the sensitization programs. Sensitization programs for the environmental degradation and how environmental degradation is going to cost us our lives eventually. So the next topic, we have firecrackers, effects of firecrackers. Effects of firecrackers and its impact. So talking about the effects and a firecracker is a very serious thing for the environment, as it is one of the major causes for the pollution in the atmosphere, as it is 9 times more toxic than fossil fuels. Talking about the firecrackers, the components of firecrackers are toxic because it emits combustible substances, the partially combustible substances in the air, which could be very much impactful on the human health and can lead to serious diseases such as asthma, flu, and lung cancers. Asthma, flu, and lung cancers are serious, and in case of which is more in case of children and senior citizens, it is more threatful to them. Senior citizens. And as we talk about the composition of firecrackers, the firecracker is one in a surrounding, it could be impactful on the surrounding for more than 5 to 6 days. And to minimize the firecrackers, we could move to green crackers. And moreover, we can decrease the use of firecrackers. Moving on to the next topic, we have climate change. In climate change, we talk about the change in the pattern of weather, in the weather pattern. Every change in weather pattern over 33 years. And when we talk about the average change, we have to consider the very minimal changes that occur in day-to-day life with the weather pattern. And the things that count for the changes in the weather pattern are atmospheric pressure, humidity, heat, fog, sunlight, etc. These particular points, these particular phenomena come out together to change the weather pattern, and when a particular weather pattern changes for over 33 years and it disturbs over 33 years, it eventually leads to climate change. And as we can, the world has already evident of the 1 degree increase in the 1 degree increase of in the global temperature, which eventually adds up to the global warming. So, climate change is one of the root causes of global warming, and the causes of global warming are surrounded around greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are the sole causes, or we can also say that term them as greenhouse gases effects, which eventually add to global warming. The components of greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, CFC gases, sulfur dioxide. We have water vapor and O3 as the major components of the greenhouse gases. CO2, CFC. We have O3. We have H2O in vapor form. We have carbon monoxide. We have methane. We have more carbon-related components such as C2H2 and further. We have more carbon-related compounds which add up to the greenhouse effects that have their heavy molecular weights and are partially combustible, and they add up to the global warming. And the serious, as we talk about the causes, and so we have to talk about the solutions regarding the greenhouse effect. And the suggestions would be the emission and the decrease in the carbon content, decrease in the use of decrease the carbon content of the environment by any mean, which could be by use of electrical vehicles. We can decrease the chances of fossil fuel burning. When we decrease the chances of fossil fuel burning, it will eventually add up to the decrease in the carbon content of the environment, and we can move towards better options for combustible substances, such as we can move towards natural gases particularly. And these are the few steps by which we can really move forward towards a world that can tackle global warming in a better way. And talking about the Indian context, we have more or less 6 laws related to the conservation of environment that are as follows. Environmental Protection Act. We have, first of all, Environmental Protection Act. Protection Act that was implemented in 1986. We have Forest Conservation Act. We have Forest Conservation Act that was implemented in the year 1980. We have Wildlife Conservation Act of 1972. Conservation Act that was passed in 1974. We have Air Pollution Act 1981, and lastly we have the Indian Forest Act of the year 1927, that is pre-independence. And these are the acts that are meant to enhance the society enhance the responsibility of the society towards the environment and conserve the environment in its best possible way. And we need a serious implementation of these particular acts in order to decrease the chances of the rise of the issues and the degradation of environment around our society. And this is all about the lesson that we learned today around the social issues and environment. Thank you so much.